Okay, good to see everybody. Thanks for coming out.
On short notice.
On short notice, yeah. Really excited, obviously, to be able to announce some moves. Obviously, we've been very patient, and we've been working, and trying to do things that will put us in position to make our team better. I think we're kind of methodical in our approach. We want to do smart decisions. We want to make wise decisions, and Ozzie, nobody's better at that than Ozzie Newsome. So announcing these 4 moves today, I think you give an indication that we're shoring up our team in certain areas that we think we need to improve in, and in some cases just by keeping the guys we've got, which is not easy to do, as we all know. So we're excited about where we're going and open up to any questions.
When it comes to bolstering the special teams, everyone's familiar with your background. It's just the way these kind of moves away are reminding fans of how important this part of the game is.
Well, yeah, I think it's certainly a reminder. It's certainly something that we felt coming out of the season we really needed to do, Joe. I mean, we weren't as good there as we need to be. We need to be more explosive. We need to cover kicks better. We have good specialists, we feel like, but that core group, needs to be more dominant, and these are the types of guys that will help us do that.
Was it hard? You talk about being patient. Was it hard watching go on, things happening, guys leaving? Ozzie's got the plan, but
right. Well, it probably wasn't as hard for me as it was for the fans, I would say, because I had a little more of a front seat into what we were doing, and, those conversations are happening every day, and, we were involved with guys all the time, but we had our limits as to what we were going to be able to pay certain players. That was for our own guys that left, and it was also for free agents out there that we were interested in. There just weren't going to be big numbers that we were going to be able to spend on guys. And, early on in free agency, I mean, those guys are worth every penny they can get, but they're not worth the same to every team. And some teams had bigger needs, some teams had more cap room, and it was just something that we knew we were just going to have to ride out a little bit and again, try to make some wise decisions as we go forward.
The fact that you were able to, last offseason you let a few veterans go and some guys got away. Does what happened last year kind of give you some vindication, though, knowing that you guys made the tough decisions to let these guys go, but then you still came so close to getting to the Super Bowl?
Great question. That would be hard to say that we feel good about, letting guys go, but I think we try. This is a tough league. There's always going to be turnover. Players, coaches, media people, guys are turning over all the time. There's a few new faces around here today, right? And a few old faces. You're welcome. Pete. So, it's part of it. And I think what you try to do is through all of that, you try to find a way to make your team better. Whatever move is made, whether it's a coach leaving, whether it's a player leaving, you try to do everything you can to improve through that and look at it as an opportunity. Don't look at it as a setback necessarily, but look at it as an opportunity to try to become a better football team.
Coach, do you foresee the team making further moves, or will you delve into the draft?
Well, no, I think further moves are possible. We would like to fill as many spaces as we can between now and the draft, and you can only do that when the move presents itself. So, when there are opportunities to get guys, in other words, when there's a player available that you feel like can make your team better, and the economics work out that you can actually get him, then you try to make a move. So there's some areas still that we'd like to continue to shore up before the draft. But I don't think we'll say, hey, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, because you can't make a move unless the player is available and you can actually sign the guy.
John, if offensive guard, if it's a situation where the market doesn't fit what you want and maybe you don't go to the draft, how do you guys feel about Ja Reed maybe stepping in there and being your guard?
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, Aaron. I mean, Ja's a guy that could play right tackle for us. He could play any position along the front line. He played every position last year in practice. So he's definitely a possible answer at left guard. I would say right now, today, he's the left guard. And, he's got to earn that spot. But we'll continue to be looking for players. Our goal will be to put the best 5 offensive linemen on the field. And certainly, I'd like to see him be one of those guys, but it's going to be up to him to earn that spot.
With Corey Redding gone, does it create a more of a competition there for Purnell and Arthur Jones this offseason?
Absolutely. I mean, those two guys are excited. I think they're disappointed to see Corey go. They learned so much from Corey. Corey was such a great mentor for those guys. But, I've talked to Purnell on the phone, and I've seen Art here twice in the last couple weeks. They both, I could hear Purnell smile, and I could see Art smile. So they're both really looking forward to competing for that spot. And, they have flexibility too. Art can go inside, and Purnell can go outside. So there's some flexibility with those guys as well.
John, how confident were you in being able to get Jameel back, especially the first 10 days of free agency,
Right.
that inside
backer market was pretty slow.
Right. I probably wasn't real confident early on because I just knew we just know what kind of a player he is. I think, you guys have seen him. Our fans know how good of a player he is. For whatever reason, the inside backer market just didn't really go crazy like the outside backer market did, for instance. So the more it went, the more excited I got that maybe he'd be able to fit into our economic situation. And he got a really good contract. And it's going to be something I think is going to give him an opportunity even down the road to do well financially. But man, he's a Raven. He's one of us. I think he helps define what it means to be a Raven. Look at his character. Look at his story. Look at what he's done. I just have so much respect for him, so much admiration for him as a person. He's a big part of who we are.
John, in terms of adding Corey, functionally, how will that help the special teams, the kind of things he can do?
Right, Corey Graham is going to help us on defense and special teams. But just talking about special teams first, he's a tremendous gunner. He's an outside guy that just makes plays as a gunner. He's a dominant gunner. He's a dominant kickoff cover guy. He's going to make a big difference on our coverage teams. But he's also a heck of a corner, and I think he wanted an opportunity to expand his role on defense too. And we've got a history of that here. Look at what Brendan Iambadejo's done on defense. We play a lot of different players on defense. Haruki and Zibby had big roles, so he's excited about that also.
Very good. I know
All
you
set?
might go catch a flight.
Yep.
Here to break down the game tonight, or who's gonna win?
IU. Is there any question? Hoosiers, man.
Are you giving a talk?
The Wildcats are going to get a face full of red in this game. I promise you. The rumor has it that I might be giving a pep talk tonight. You might have heard part of that pep talk right there. Yeah, face full of red.
Inspiring.
Yeah.
Is Jim going?
Jim's going as well. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's gonna be all Harbaugh affair. I don't know where our seats are at. We're hoping to have a ticket right now. We're not quite sure that there's a ticket available. Keep our fingers crossed for a ticket. Tom, you hear that? We need a ticket. So it's gonna be a great game.
Mom and dad.
Mom and Dad, I don't think are going. I'm not sure.
Enjoy
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys. Thanks.
See you later.
Okay.
Thanks.